In the face of today's news, let courage be our guide. Amidst the chaos, we rise, undaunted. With truth as our shield, we confront the storm of misinfor, disinfor, and information together. Let resilience be our anthem, and unity our strength. Together, we will forge a path towards future grounded in unwavering resolve. This is
the Ricochet Show.
Welcome to the revolution. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Ricochet Show. My chat is being annoying, and I'm trying to open it up. You know what? Screw it. How is everyone feeling? How are you doing on this lovely day? I am pulling up my chat, making sure everything's good. Willie, what's up? Wilson, what's up? The plot twist, there won't be an election. Martial law, good morning. Dude, martial law is here, and martial law is queer. We are... I need to get my chat going. Let's see. Come on. Come on, baby. Fire hydrants. God. I hate when you are having to like enter in your chat information and then it's like, no, click all the pictures to make sure all the pictures are okay. Pictures are fine. Okay, we're good. Good morning. Morning. Welcome on this lovely day. What an epic intro. May God be our shield together as one. Forever. Amen. God. I need that epic music in my mind. All right, let's get into some of the funniest. I'm going to start with the funniest clip of the day, which I think is the funniest clip of the day because it's just too on point. Look at this horse. Anybody ever date a horse girl? I've never done it my entire life, but I want to. All right, here we go. Here's Joe Biden. Joe Biden in what probably might be one of my favorite clips of him ever, saying exactly what we all expect him to say when it comes to him debating Trump. This is never going to happen. If anybody thinks this is going to happen, you're out of your effing mind. He might be saying this kind of stuff now, but he'll come up with an excuse not to. He'll say, like, why would I debate somebody who's accused of you fill in the blank?
Donald Trump is ready to debate you right now. Do you accept?
He said it on radio. What he said to immediately.
Me?
Yes.
Will you debate him?
If I were him, I'd want to debate me too.
Donald Trump is ready.
If I were him, I would want to debate me too. yeah, no crap, dude. You're talking about people who have been dead for over 30 years. You are mixing up words. You're calling people the wrong thing. And you don't even know who the president is right now. And it turns out it's you. You're the president. Just keep sucking down your ice cream in your shakes. Hopefully you got some boba tea in there. I don't know what you're drinking. It looks like a little boba. Who doesn't love a little boba at the bottom? Get those gummy bear-like things at the bottom. Joe Biden is ready to debate Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is shivering at the idea of debating someone that doesn't even know what day it is. Imagine his orientation is just maybe person, not place or time. He has no idea where he is, no idea what time of day it is. I mean, seriously, him talking about that guy that died 30 years ago, like he talked to him this year, is the most insane thing in the world. But of course, it is definitely a speech impediment that stopped him doing that. He doesn't even know what city he's in. He doesn't even know what state he's in, let alone city. That, Wilson, that is like a very big ask for him to know what city. Let's stick to state. The state is what is, Mr. President, do you know what state you're in right now? Yes. Oh, I know what state I'm in. How you guys feeling on this lovely day? I am feeling fan-freaking-tastic. Let me just pull up Rumble chat as well, just to make sure we are golden and rolling. Cool. Hey, $2 super chat from Willie on Rumble, rock and roll. Hey, appreciate you, my guy. Make sure if you guys don't mind to drop a like, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Willie, my guy. Okay, country? Yeah, no, Joe Biden doesn't know what country it is. No, he doesn't. Is this obnoxious of a background? I can't tell. I just can't tell. I kind of miss the Christmas vibe. Okay, here we go. Here's my favorite. One of my favorite stories. $12,250 Robocop out of commission in New York after only 4 months. The Robocop that was supposed to change the world. As Eric Adams said, it doesn't need a potty break. It doesn't need a 15-minute break. But apparently it needs a permanent break because this thing is out of commish. This is, but we all knew this. New York's infamous Robocop has officially ended its pilot program, according to an official in the city. The machine lasted only 4 months and costed $12,250. The 5-foot-tall, 400-pound security robot introduced in October last month at the fanfare Mayor Eric Adams' office. However, the public was not impressed. And who could be? This thing was like the most stupid thing ever. It looked like it would just like glide around. It just hit things. And people were kicking it and knocking it over. Eric Adams' administration is constantly exploring innovative technologies. Yeah, right. Nothing says innovative like a pointless robot. Put some guns on that robot and then we could talk. That can advance the work we've done to bring down crime in New York. Yes. I attribute this entire pilot program to bringing down New York's crime a whole 0.000000000.1%. 4 months as an NY cop and decided on a life itself. Yeah, good comment. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this robot was 4 months on the job was like, all right, I'm done, dude. I've seen what I need to see. I'm done. I've been on the streets. I've seen all the crime that's happening. It ain't happening, and I ain't happening. What if it just like self malfunctioned and just kind of just like exploded in the subway, and they found out that it decided it's not useful and it's decided to kill itself due to that. I'm talking about a robot, okay? YouTube, relax. Jeez, the robot. Megyn Kelly rips into Biden for skipping Super Bowl interview. He physically cannot get words out.
Oh, what are you wearing? A little Chinese garb? Isn't that cute?
Yeah, duh. Can we? Are we done pretending that he can actually do an interview? Are we done pretending that he's actually going to do a debate with Donald Trump? Is this still? Are we still like in this la la land that, you know, he's going to come around and do it? I could just feel his energy. He's going to do it. He's not going to skip out. He's going to own Trump like he did last time. Megyn Kelly ripped Joe Biden this week for refusing to participate in the Super Bowl interview with CBS, saying the 81-year-old president is not physically capable of talking. That is rude. I love when like podcasts or just or like commentators and stuff like that in general just try to use like very over the top language in order to hook people or make people just be like, oh, outraged. Not physically capable of talking. Bro can't even say a sentence. CBS confirmed that President Biden will not be taking part ahead of the 2024 Super Bowl 11. Negotiate with the... No. Why would you? Because what is the interview going to be about? The border crisis, inflation. Is it going to be about? What is it going to be about? He doesn't know what state it is. He just agreed to debate Trump, sort of, and now he's kind of walking it back. Last year, he couldn't get away with it because it was Fox. Evil Fox wouldn't sit them with them. If you're in Biden's camp, you're not going to put him out anywhere. You're going to run the basement campaign. You're going to keep him out of the spotlight. You're just going to keep hoping that the news sources and Jimmy Kimmel's of the world will continue to prop up Biden like he's doing a great job or he's like a good guy. That's what it's going to come down to. Honestly, it's going to come down to this election cycle that we're not going to talk about record. They're going to talk about his accomplishments or whatever, lack of thereof, whatever. They're going to make it Joe Biden is a good guy and Donald Trump is not. That is going to be their entire campaign strategy. I guarantee it. So I think that you're going to see more videos of Joe Biden hanging out with family, talking with random strangers, just being like, trying to look like the average Joe, the normal human being, the not politician, even though he's been a politician his whole effing life. They're going to try to make him to be more of one of us than Trump. It's going to be insane. He can debate about ice cream and how unsafe stairs and bicycles are. That's about it. We need to have a whole compilation of every time Biden has fallen on a bike and on the stairs and just everywhere. The guy is a disaster waiting to happen. Just can you imagine being any world leader and looking at America? Like, the reason I believe that people on the world stage look at America not as the superpowers it used to be is if you just look at our leaders. God, none of them are intimidating. None of them fill me with courage. None of them make me feel like I can be a better human being. None of them make me want to be a better man. There is no leader that I can look up to in America and go, this person is the person I want my son to be like when they grow up. I just can't. I can't. And I'm sure you can't either. And I think that I think that is the reason. Yes, our foreign policy the last 100 years has not been flawless. I give you that. But I think if you're another country, just look at our leaders and go, wow, what a bunch of weak, pathetic human beings that are all out for themselves. They just care about making more money for themselves or their family and staying in power. That is all I've seen. And I think the House Republicans right now, a perfect example of what's going on there as our next story is coming up next. Because the Megyn Kelly thing is interesting, but I think this is even more interesting. House Republicans failed to impeach Mayorkas. This was going to happen. This isn't like a surprise. And if you're surprised, come on. Where have you been? This idea that Republicans have this backbone or that they're going to show up and make a big difference as I click out my tab and I'm back. On Tuesday, House Republicans failed to muster. Of course, it was 3 votes. Ken Buck, Colorado. Shout out to Colorado, Ken Buck. Tom McClinton-Talk and Mike Gallagher. God, McGallagher. It's just I'm just adding words. Shout out to these 3. Thank you for making a stand for keeping one of the worst human beings in office. Why? I'm hearing reports that's Ken Buck was blackmailed or something. I don't care. I don't. Blackmailed what? Naked pictures? On Tuesday, House Republicans failed to muster up enough support to impeach Homeland Security. It's any kind of grandstand like that. This is a grandstand in the grand scheme of things. This is not going to change how we do the border, but it is a perfect reflection of how weak our leadership is. Let's not get all crazy. It's not just Mayorkas' fault. It's everyone else's fault as well. The 3 GOP lawmakers broke ranks and joined the Democrats. Not a single Democrat voted for this, of course, which is kind of sad. It kind of shows exactly that they don't care. I mean, it's good to see that some Republicans were actually caring about this bill, and maybe they knew. maybe sometimes I wonder if like these Republicans have these conversations with each other and they're like, we're not going to pass this, but I can't afford to not vote no. Is there anybody in the caucus that is willing to vote no so we can still look good and you don't? Is there anybody? And Ken Buck's like, yeah, I got you, dude. I got you, bro. I will vote nay. No problem. Tom McClinton talk. That's my worst nightmare. It's like Clinton and TikTok combined together. Is like, dude, I got you too. And Mike Gallagher is like, dude, no problem whatsoever. And then all the Republicans just voted yes because they knew it wouldn't pass. I don't. It's at this point, it has to be a conspiracy, right? It has to be a conspiracy that no and then they can all bitch about like these 3 Republicans. I don't know. What do you think? Why do you guys think of the chat? Why do you guys think that Republicans didn't impeach him? Why do you think that? Because I think that they're all part of it. At this point, why not? Why not? I mean, these people do not care about America. They don't care about your safety. They don't care about making your life better. They just care about like pointing the finger. Oh, it's the Biden administration. It's Biden this. It's the Democrats. The Democrats are going after this. It's AOC. It's the squad. It's this. And then when they get in power, it's like they're just silent about why they're not doing work. I don't know. It kind of depresses me. It's all part of the plan. The 2-party system is just an illusion of choice. That's like at this point, you have to believe that. It's amazing that there are these people out here that it's like I can't. It's amazing that there are people. I know that like, yes, if you are a Republican, you're going to vote Republican because you're not going to choose a Democrat because that idea is worse. But at this point, it's like, how much worse is it going to be by just continuing to allow these Republicans to exist in the political party? Like, and is the RNC chair going to actually give it up? I don't know. I saw that she's planning on leaving, but then what does planning mean? What does that mean? Okay, I see all these Republicans celebrating this, but it's not a fact yet. So we're just celebrating the idea of it, and watch her just stay in power. You know. All right, let's get a little palate cleanser. This story seems nuts. Okay. California pizza restaurant employees use a hammer and a recycling bin to fight off robbers. This should be amazing.
An Oakland restaurant is considering shutting down after being broken into and robbed 4 times this year alone. Employees have even resorted to fending off attackers themselves. The city is now offering up some changes in a story you'll see only on 7.
He grabbed the hammer, so he was like, we have to defend.
Employees at Cybel's Pizza along Fruitvale.
He grabbed the hammer. He was like, so we had to defend.
We have to defend. We have to defend.
We have to defend.
Cybel's Pizza along Fruitvale Avenue in Oakland's Diamond District have resorted to defending themselves after the most recent robbery Friday.
They went into my shop yesterday around 10:30 p.m. They tried to steal the register. Another of my 2 employees, he grabbed the hammer and he threw it to his foot so they can leave. He came into the shop again and they were like trying to catch them. They were very, very brave.
Owner Elizabeth Sanchez says this is just one of 4 break-in robberies at their Oakland location this year.
Every other week or like weekly. Would you like to have some refill?
Elizabeth says the crime in the area is so bad, it's hard to retain workers.
It is just 7 days a week.
Jeez.
From the morning to closing.
And she's considering closing the location.
Sales are dropping down because nobody wants to come out. Nobody. They're scared for their safety. 20% of the sales were worse than the pandemic.
A representative from the mayor's office tells me they've been working with Elizabeth and other small business owners in the area on strengthening security.
Chantal, and then the chief Mendoza, she said that they're working on it. They're working so they can have a budget for the Diamond District and the Laurel District, so they can have security, more security for the 7 days a week.
Elizabeth hopes it's a promise the city will keep on behalf of not just Cybels.
All the business owners need help. In and out. Denny's. Those are the big change. They're closing down. What about us, a small business? Where we are?
For now, as she works from the San Francisco location of Cybels, she and her
Can you imagine working a job just knowing you're about to get freaking robbed all the time? God, that would be the worst.
remaining employees are hanging on in hopes Oakland will one day prosper again.
For me, as an immigrant, this was the American dream.
It's like,
The American dream. But now, where is it?
that poor lady, dude. I just can't imagine like this guy right here going on a date with his wife or something. He's like, you know, they were just robbed last week, but we should go in and just see about their tamales and their pizza. Like, what? Dude, I don't like how do Republicans keep losing? Like, all you have to do is run on law and order. Democrats equal disorder. Look at the border. Look at the crime in the inner cities. Look at these DAs allowing people to continue to get out. Look at these new policies being pushed out by just arresting people and then letting them out and like immediately out the next second. All you have to do is do that, but yet they continue to F up. Like, it's just talk about this. It's so easy. It's right in your face. You're like, oh, do you want California politics? Let me give you a little stats on crimes. Let's just go down the list. No thanks. No, we're going to talk about things that people don't actually care about. You know, people care about safety. Everyone does. I don't care who you are. I don't care how you could be. Only the rich that live in gated communities and go to private schools and they've never like ridden a bus before or public transportation, even though they push it down your throat like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Those people don't care about your safety. And those are a perfect example of many rich Democrats. I know a guy that got fired from 7-Eleven for hitting a robber with a baseball bat rather than letting him take the money. They'd rather file the insurance claim. 100%. Like, when I saw these people doing this is these workers are probably not Americans. I'll just it's like like I you know, you can't imagine some like 13-year-old kid or 13-year-old kid, like 18-year-old kid that is getting robbed is like throwing hammers and stuff. But this is the world I want to live in. I want to live in a world where you are allowed to defend your shop with any show of force necessary. That is the world I want to live in. That's a safe world. If a dumb kid that wants to rob some mom and pop shop wants to come in, they know they're about to get it. If they decide to rob this shop, that's a safer world. That's why it's like the idea if everyone has a gun on them, it's a much safer world because your risk assessment changes. These kids know they'll get away with it. They know that the cops aren't going to be able to find them because they're wearing masks and they're probably have a stolen getaway car. And then, if anybody, these people might get in trouble for, you know, aggravated assault or some crap when they're just protecting what could be their mom or a friend or like their favorite boss in the whole world. I don't know, but it's just that's the world I want to live in. I want to live in a world where you're allowed to protect yourself, your family, and your community at all costs. The Kyle Rittenhouse law. The most triggering law you could possibly think of is the Kyle Rittenhouse law. You come into my business and you try to rob me, good luck. There's going to be people coming from all different directions coming at you, boy. And even if you're just trying to steal a slice of pizza, it's over, bro. It's over. What kind of world do you want to live in? I can't believe that guy got fired, Wilson. I mean, that's depressing hearing stuff like that. That your friend was fired. Sax Violets, appreciate your comment. You're such a sweetheart on Rumble. You are the sweetest man I know. You are, and I assume you're a man. Because you're probably... I don't know. Exactly. God forbid we live in a world where we have common sense. Yeah. Why would you want that? Why would you want common sense? Common sense makes you crazy. If you try to add common sense into politics, you will literally go insane. You have to You have to disassociate your common sense out of your own brain hole. Take a big breath and say, these people are just, they're all just like pathological, insane, psychopathic liars. And then you can laugh at it because you can't change it. You can't change these circumstances. It is what it is. And you can only control what you can control. Just constantly remind yourself that, or else politics will drive you crazy. That is what she said. Speaking of that's what she said, I think this might be one of my favorite stories. Okay? This might be it right here. Squatters take over 1,200 homes in Atlanta and open illegal strip clubs and terrorize neighbors. Is this even America? Okay, and here's a little story from Fox and Friends. Easily my favorite morning show, Fox and their friends.
Squatters are running neighborhoods in Atlanta. A trade association says illegal tenants have taken over 1,200 homes, even turning some of them into strip clubs. Todd Pyro has the details. Todd?
Absolute insanity, Ainsley. These squatters have been terrorizing and ruining entire neighborhoods, but the problems don't just stop with the squatting. Police say, take a look, this Atlanta home was being used as an illegal strip club. Beautiful home there. Squatters hosting noisy parties, organizing illegal street races, and according to one trade group, it is just one of 1,200 homes that have been taken over in the Atlanta area so far. Authorities say evicting squatters in Atlanta is a pretty big challenge, something Army Lieutenant Colonel Dahlia Dware found out when returning from active duty. She discovered a man who has a lengthy criminal history squatting in her $500,000 home. And back in May, she told Fox News that the police response was so slow, she had to figure out another way to get that squatter out on her own.
Squatters are running neighborhoods.
What the frick, dude? I'd be terrified to in Atlanta to lease out one of my properties. Yeah, because it turns out you might be the owner of a strip club and you don't even realize it. Brazen squatters have opened a legal strip club on a property that had taken over one of 1,200 homes in the city. Have been 1,200? Okay, so it's not that BlackRock is taking over these homes and buying single family homes. It's these damn squatters. They're taking over our homes and we need to get them out. Can you imagine like renting? You're just like renting to one of these guys. Whoa, what is this name? Tehashki. Whoa, what is this name? Tarahashe. Yeah, my name Tarahashe and D'Anthony. You're not gonna run a strip club in my home, are you? Nah, man. We good. We straight. Man, we straight, boy. Jeremy Wheat and Kevin Hall. Now those guys, those are the street racers of the group, and these are the strippers. Hey, these aren't the strippers I ordered. I thought I ordered females. Simon Frost, CEO of large-scale landlord Tiber Capital Group, said there have been incidents of unlawful occupants brandishing weapons, L-take, threatening neighbors, which affects the safety of groups and residents. Atlanta is sketch. I lived in Atlanta for 1 year of my life, and that was enough. That was enough. I got the F out of there. That place is sketchy. In October, an Atlanta neighborhood found itself the center of a scandal involving squatters who had transformed a home into a illegal strip club, complete with weekend parties and even live horses on the property. What is happening? What is happening? These are different kinds of criminals. We should get some strippers. We should get some horses, and some cars we can race. The drama unfolded in South Fulton area where 4 individuals, D'Anthony Maddox, Jeremy Wheat, Kevin Hall, and Tarahashe Ford, took up residence without permission. Little did the neighbors know that the 4,000 square foot, 5-bedroom home and 3 bathrooms were all became the den of illicit activities, including bringing in horses, which made all the horse girls in the neighborhood go, I want a horse. That's not fair. They would get live horses. One day They would get live horses. One day they had live horses, one neighbor said. What? They would get live horses. One day they had live horses, one neighbor said. God, see, I can't even. Sometimes I wonder if it's my dyslexia, and sometimes I wonder if it's just a dumb quote. Is this even America anymore? Hey, I thought this was America. We are homeowners and we can't even do anything about the trespasses. That is the craziest thing in the whole. See, again, Democrats equal chaos. Democrats equal not like law-abiding citizens get the L, while people who break the law don't pay their taxes, run fun islands for the boys and the girls, and just allow these people. I'm sure these people are out on bail the next day. It's like, you know what? They had horses after all. Just let them out. God, you're so racist. Let these people be themselves. Another incident, U.S. Lieutenant Colonel Dalia Delure discovered a convicted criminal squatting in her home. Daur returned to her property to find a squatter living in her sprawling $500,000 residence while she was away on active duty. They don't care. Man, leave me alone. I'm trying to have some horses and squat. This is America, the home of the brave. Are we brave anymore? Are we a brave people group? Or are we just allowing a corrupt government to continue to make our lives a living hell? Again, if you were to actually do anything about this, if you were to, take back your home, your own home that you paid for, property rights, whatever, you would go to jail. Not these people. These people would still be running these illegal, strip clubs and live horses and doing illegal street racing. On the next day, they would be arrested, and you would be stuck in prison for a long time. Dude, we are not a very serious country anymore. I don't think so. Queen, how we feeling? I hope you're doing awesome. Good freaking morning. Just imagine what the Ukraine money could do to help that neighborhood. Yeah, exactly, dude. Just imagine what $100 billion could do in that neighborhood, unaccounted for, and not knowing where it went to at all. All right, let's get another story that makes you. Let's get another story that makes you feel good. Okay. I hope this story makes you feel really good. World War II vet who ate McDonald's breakfast nearly every day for the last 36 years turns 100. 100. You ate McDonald's breakfast? What'd you eat? World War II vet who eaten breakfast at his local McDonald's nearly every day for 36 years turned 100 on Friday. The secret is out. It is McDonald's. And celebrate a milestone birthday by driving himself to a fast food spot for a super-sized party. I think, Zan, the only depressing thing is that McDonald's is now losing low-income customers is fresh proof for Biden. Okay, so McDonald's is losing low economics buyers. I don't know if you've been to McDonald's in a minute, but their meals aren't cheap anymore. I feel like I'm buying like Five Guys prices. Facing astonishing high food costs. Again, inflation is not real. Wages are up, okay? You can make $25 an hour at McDonald's. If you're going to buy an $18 Big Mac, just get a job at McDonald's, you broke bastard. The chain's prices skyrocketed 10% last year. These greedy corporations. That's what it is. With Big Mac combos setting customers in some areas back $18 for a Big Mac combo. Why is it always Big Mac? That's the weakest burger they have. I'm a big quarter pounder with cheese kind of girl, and I will stay that way. Hikes this year are set to run another 2 to 3%. As a result, Mickey D's global sales are sluggish, and CEO says is promising to focus on affordability to try to lure our customers back. We're going to try to make some fake meat for you. We're going to try to lower the prices as beef continues to skyrocket. Just remember that beef is continuing to go up in price. But again, inflation's not real. Joe Biden's doing a hell of a job. He's changing everyone's life. And if you are to say anything positive or negative about Joe Biden, it's because you're misinformed. Okay, McDonald's is just a greedy corporation. They've always been greedy. That's why their dollar menu makes you feel greedy on the inside and outside. So it's like, you know what? You made it to 100, but can you make it to 101 with these prices? Pfft, unreal. Stupid joke. God, I'm going to punch myself in the face. You are what you eat, and McDonald's sandwiches don't go bad at the same rate as others. I have seen those experiments where you can have like a McDonald's hamburger just sitting out and it just lasting. But again, it's real meat. I've seen the process. I've seen the propaganda videos, so I believe it. But why is it lasting compared to any other thing? I have no idea. Shout out to Zan White, though. Can you imagine making it 100 years old? You imagine what this man has seen? This man has seen so much. And I think the most important question to ask a man like this, made it to 100, is, Zan, do you trust the government? God. If you take an 18-year-old or a dumb 16-year-old and you compare it to this guy, you say, do you guys trust the government? The 16-year-old will be like, yeah, of course. Like, why would they lie? I don't trust my parents. My parents are right-wing conspiracy theorists. And Zan would be like, no, I don't trust the government. You have to be an idiot to trust the government. Because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'll go spew. He looks great he does look great for 100. It's the McDonald's, guys. You guys are, don't knock McDonald's until you've eaten it for 100 years straight. That's what I always say. The dollar menu isn't just for, young, strapping human beings like yourself. The dollar menu is also for 100-year-old World War II vets. His body's been through the shit, and yours hasn't. Your coddled buttholes with your bidets, and his has been through a war. So think about what that thing can do for you and the country. Those preventatives are secret to a long life. Maybe. What if that came out? What if that came out as true? It's like all these people that are like health nuts, all these people that are like telling you that you need to eat whole foods and stuff like that. They're actually wrong. It's the preservatives that are keeping you preserved. What if that came out? Man, I'd be so pissed. I would go and buy all the cereal I could possibly buy and eat that. Because I am tired of eating this whole food diet bull crap that keeps shoving down my throat. It's not even real. I bet McDonald's got the old guy to lie. Yeah, maybe. How dare you? How dare you, Junior, okay? That's a World War II vet, okay? What war did you fight in? World War II? That's the only real war we've had in the last year or so. Biden demands illegal aliens get a pathway to citizenship. Duh. I can't believe this isn't like a surprise to some people. You thought that they were just going to allow all these people in and just like get rid of them or deport them. I don't think they're going to get deported. They are going to become citizens. And I don't know if you followed any of their interviews. They are going to vote for Joe Biden because, well, Joe Biden allowed us to come, and Joe Biden has made it free for us. So I have 3 stories in a row about this, okay? And it gets worse as we go along. But it's not a surprise. Here's Joe Biden.
Now, it doesn't address everything that I wanted. For example, we still need a path of documentation for those who are already here. And we're not walking away from true immigration reform, including permanent protections and a pathway to citizenship for young dreamers.
What?
Protections and a pathway to citizenship for young protections.
Citizenship.
And a pathway to citizenship for young
He's worse than me.
dreamers who came here.
Yeah, you're just a dreamer, okay? You broke the law by dreaming. How dare you, you white ring conspiracy theorists? They're just dreaming. They were just dreaming along, and then they broke the law, and now they need a pathway to citizenship. Even these people, MS-13 gang members, Al-Qaeda terrorists found living in illegally in the United States. It just gets better and better. You people need to deal with it. The terrorists are here and the terrorists are queer, and we're going to stay forever. Members of the notorious MS-13 gang, well, duh, of course they're here, as well as several terrorist groups, including one linked to Al-Qaeda and other to Tren de Aguirre. Venezuela's largest criminal organization have been recently arrested by immigration officials in the United States. See, they're getting arrested. They're catching them. But they had been found living in here since 2023 and being an accessory to after the fact first-degree murder. Oh, so they murdered somebody first, and then we're like, oh yeah, maybe we should go after them. Maybe these people, and when I think, and I want to thank Epoch, I like that Epoch Times used this lady, but before you laugh about it, this person was raped and murdered by the 60-year-old illegal immigrant who was later a MS-13 member. Okay, and this is not the good. It's not just good people coming here. I feel like I'm going crazy whenever I watch these stories about illegal migration, illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, whatever words you want to use that make you feel good on the inside and outside about these people that are crossing the border illegally. Let's be clear about that. Yes, there is probably going to be some families who are great, hardworking families, good, moral, Christian people who are trying to make a difference in the world, that believe in the American values and want nothing but to make a beautiful life for them and their children, and they're ready to work and want to be a part of this beautiful land. And then there is going to be people who see an opportunity and they're going to take it. Because what criminal wouldn't? I think people think like criminals are idiots. No, they notice patterns. And then they attack those patterns. Oh, wait. You're saying that if I just break into cars and steal everything and then sell it, I can get in trouble, but I'll just get out in the next day? Cool. I'm going to keep doing that. Oh, people are just coming across the border. Oh, if we're just MS-13, we'll just make a blockade around the border and not allow people to pass unless they pay us. Perfect. Like, it's just so ridiculous. And Dr. Phil even has something to say.
Why do you think they're coming to our southern border? And what are the odds that there are terror cells among that large group of people?
We would be incredibly narcissistic to assume that these people are coming in here just because they're in the neighborhood. They're coming in here with an agenda, Sean. Between 2010 and 2020, it's estimated that 1,100 Chinese came across the southern border. In the first 11 months of 23, it's estimated that 33,000 came across, and many of them military-age men. Now, where did they go once they came across the border? We have no idea. They're not being monitored. They're not being followed. And look, in China, you don't just decide, you know what, I think I'll take a trip. They have to go through certain steps to get out of China. It costs a lot of money to get here. And when they get here, what are they doing? If they're working in farming, if they're working in industry, I'll promise you they are.
Oh, and if you've followed the Steven Crowder story about farming in Oklahoma, that's an exciting thing.
Expected to do certain.
Let's send Dr. Phil to the border. What are you doing here? Why don't you have a seat? What are you doing here? Chinese immigrants? Oh my God. You know what? I put this wig on because this is exactly what's going to happen. You already know this is going to happen, right? You know Trump's VP pick. Yeah, exactly. You already know this is going to happen, right? You ain't surprising no one. Even Republicans are pointing fingers and they're just like, hey, this guy's, look at this guy's, what this guy. They don't care. Care. We need more housing, so we need these workers. They need low income workers like it's yesterday.
There are terror cells among that.
I love that Dr. Phil is a part of this, by the way. Let me just say something, Sean Hannity. These people are evil human beings. They're from China, and there's a huge problem. Welcome to the America. Where you will continue to vote Democrat because they got you your free card in. Amen to that. Dreamer is just another word for opportunist. Oh my God. Spot on, dude. Spot on. Now they have their own Democratic militia. Yeah, I know. It's exactly like Star Wars. When I was in Chile, they required foreigners to pay $200 to enter in cash bills. Then they have to stay a while. I had to register to buy a foreign ID card and stay in that expired each year. $200, that's crazy. Biden will never get a pathway to citizenship passed, but student loan forgiveness, has that been passed? That's still happening. Citizenship, because everyone has turned on the illegals. Everybody but the establishment. And I think there's still a power dynamic and a power struggle happening within politics of the establishment versus these new incumbents that are like start to question some of these policies, which is happening. Dr. Phil is Trump's new VP. God, I would love that. Now, Kamala, can you imagine that debate between Dr. Phil and Trump and Kamala Harris? Why don't you have a seat, Kamala Harris? What is your deal? There's a really nice fence around our Capitol building, and then there's our border. Well, you got to protect the real people, and you people aren't real, okay? Let's not get it twisted. Hold on one second. Perfect. I'm like Tim Pool. I'm just concealing my identity. Okay, this is my favorite right here. Here we go. Can you believe this story out of New York Times? Alaska Airlines 737 may have left Boeing factory missing bolts. NTSB says. A photo indicates that bolts in the fuselage panel were removed at Boeing factory and not replaced, the National Transportation and Safety Board says. Thank God we have a government body that is making sure our planes are safe until they're not safe, and then they investigate it and find out that, oops, not so safe. 4 bolts have been used to secure the panel that ultimately blew off Alaskan Airlines during the flight last month. They were removed and appeared to not have been replaced. What kind of idiot removes bolts and then goes, nah, screw it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? At Boeing factory in Renton, Washington, according to a preliminary report released Tuesday by the National Transportation and Safety Board, the panel, known as the door plug, was opened to repair damaged rivets on the plane's fuselage. But, you know, they were missing bolts, and now we're missing a door. I just love that some of these companies are just being humbled. I think too many companies, too many government bodies have been just coasting on the idea that there's safety and that, like, safety is, I've never thought about safety when it comes to flying. I don't know if you have, like, anytime I get on a plane, my first thought isn't I want to make sure they secure the bolts before we take off because I don't trust these planes. I've never thought of that in my entire life. But now, I feel like when I get on the plane, I'll be looking out the window and just like, every bolt in there. Like, what is happening? An image from the National Transportation and Safety Board reported the door plug. Blue circles which the agency added to the photograph. I can't show this because New York Times make you pay for this article. The report said the image had been attached to a text message between the Boeing team members in September 19, 2023. They were discussing interior restoration after the rivet work was completed during the second shift operators. Yeah, it's second shift, okay? You know, first shift would have covered it, but it's second shift that did it. It's not me, it's them. The safety board said there was no evidence that the plug was opened again after it left the Boeing factory. The plane was delivered to Alaskan Airlines. Is there no one that checks over the plane before they take off? I thought that was the whole thing. I just wanted to share this story so that you feel safe to never get in an airplane again. You thought it was terrorists. You thought it was those daggum terrorize. No. It ain't the terrorize anymore. It's the mechanics. Because we don't have mechanics anymore. We have influencers. And that is our main export and our main driving factor in America. Nobody wants to work on planes anymore. Nobody wants to get their hands dirty. But if you ask me to make a video about it, I will do it in a second. Because that doesn't require any kind of hard or dirty work. And my hands are very soft, and I want to keep them that way. So next time you get on a plane, check over the bullets before you get on. Just a word of advice. Why is nobody talking about Kari Lake for VP? Because I don't think that would ever happen, man. I just don't. I think Republicans will stay away from her because the election stuff follows her everywhere she goes. That's just what I think. And I think that as right as that is, and insane as that is, and how much I agree with her that is, most people aren't you and me. It's like I try to convince DeSantis voters. There's he's the most conservative. Most people don't pay attention to the news. Most people don't actually look in. So they only have bits and pieces of things when they think about individuals. And the media has portrayed to the average individual who doesn't watch the news as someone who is crazy and a conspiracy theorist. Now, you and I don't believe that, but those people do. And so I think that's why they'll stay away from her. You can disagree with me. I don't care. But I just think that's why they'll stay away from her. And I think honestly, I think it would be smart too. You got to pick somebody that isn't going to that's going to create balance in the force. Or that's why I think Trump is going to pick somebody that no one could see coming. It'll be like a Mike Pence. There's no way it's going to be. I'll be surprised if it's like Vivek or Kristi Noem, maybe. But it'll probably be somebody you don't. Maybe it'll be Donald Trump Jr. I don't know. God, I fly out of Seattle all the time. Maybe it's time to rent cars. Yeah, maybe. You can say the same for Trump. Election denial will follow. Well, that's why I can't say the same for Trump, but I don't think Trump is also painted with different. Trump has way more history in the public eye than Kari Lake has ever had as far as politics. And so there's more to Trump than just that. They're going to paint him as that. They're going to paint him as a January 6th insurrectionist and a raper and all this other stuff. They're not going to Kari Lake. It'll just be anytime she tries to talk about good policies like border protection or inflation or making it more affordable in America, they won't even ask those questions. They'll just say election denier, election. It'll just be so stupid. And again, people aren't like you and me. I can't emphasize that enough. They don't just think about the person that gets stressed out when they watch the news, that gets overwhelmed while they watch the news. Those are the people you have to kind of pander to. As stupid as that is for vice president. I mean, think of Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is a perfect example. She is an idiot. She is so dumb. But why did he pick her? She's a black woman. There was no other reason. She doesn't have that much public eye, but Kari Lake has a big mouth and she'll get in trouble. I like her a lot. She's that woman. She's like Vivek. Every time they're even Vivek, I don't know if he'll pick him because the media is just constantly going to be like, so what do you think about the moon landing? What do you think about 9/11? All that kind of stuff. And we'll see though. I could be completely wrong. I'm trying to think outside the box. I don't want to just say what I think would be the best because that never happens in politics. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention long enough to politics. Whatever you want to happen or what do you dream will happen, it will never happen. It's just, it's every political cycle. It's let's choose the worst candidate to run with me. Okay, cool. I prefer Kari Lake over a lot of choices. Yeah, I think she'd be great. She would actually probably get stuff done. I at least I hope so. I mean, she doesn't have a track record to be oh, okay, that makes sense. But she seems like she is honest, an honest human being. From that interview of that guy trying to give her money to get out, if that was true or not, if that was legit, if he did actually have money, whatever. But that kind of makes me feel like she's a genuine human being. If I heard Trump Jr. is going to take Ronnie DeSantis' job in 2026. Really? I doubt it. If Trump picked a wild card, I also I don't know if I would do that if I was Trump Jr. I would go to another state. I would not. You don't. Why go after him in Florida? He's doing it he's not the worst governor. If Trump picked a wild card, I'd rather him pick someone I wouldn't want to actually be president, and that's what I think will happen. I feel like a lot of politicians will pick somebody that they know that you don't want as president, so you never impeach them. It's like Biden's like, oh, you want to impeach me? Well, you get Kamala Harris, so deal with it. You're like, no, I don't want that. All right, let's watch some insane videos coming straight out of Florida. Listen to this video of this woman, okay? This is these activists who are very angry and outraged over a Florida bill that will require biological sex on driver's licenses. And you and I both know that is the most triggering thing ever. But this is I feel like this is the Alex Stein of the left.
I feel like I'm in a playground and bullies are just beating me upside the head. You're not wanted. You're not worth it. You're no good.
And again, she is being serious. She's not acting. She's not trying to put on a show. She's not doing her latest dialogue from her new podcast that's coming out in November. She is being real.
I feel like I'm in a playground and bullies are just beating me upside the head. You're not wanted. You're not worth it. You're no good. I feel like I live in a state that if I'm not in mainstream, I should go away altogether.
The only thing that this period of Florida history will be remembered for is the trail of body bags left behind as they've left working class and regular Floridians poor and without any assistance for the real issues that we are facing.
I had to look my 13-year-old in the face the other day when they looked at me and asked, why does Florida hate me? Please protect my child. Their blood could be on your hands.
That guy has a 13-year-old. Could you imagine if this was your dad? Run for the hills, kid. Run for the hills.
Looked at me and asked, why does Florida hate me? Please protect my child. Their blood could be on your hands.
Because of biological sex on a driver's license. This isn't over the top. This is right on par with how the entirety of America feels.
Bills are not just a threat to the rights and dignity of transgenders, Floridians, but they're also a fear-based attack that perpetuates discrimination and violence.
Exactly. Fear-based attacks. Not that your blood is on your hands if my 13... What did he say? What?
In the face the other day when they looked at me and asked, why does Florida hate me? Please protect my child. Their blood could be on your hands.
Their blood could be on your hands? What? Is your child okay? Is your child suicidal or something? Do you need help? Fear-based tactics? What is happening? This is just to put sex on a driver's license. But of course, I'm also triggered by this. The idea that I have to put male on my driver's license. You should just know that I'm a male. Look at me. Look at me. God. I don't take any of these people seriously anymore. I feel like these are all just actors trying to make it on the big stage. This is their monologue for their next movie. This is their audition. Hey, instead of sending us in some reels or some tapes of you acting, just send us your latest activism. We want to watch and feel your anger. We want to feel the way you talk.
I feel.
How do you
I'm
feel?
In a playground and bullies are just beating me upside the head. You're not wanted. You're not worth it. You're no good.
I had no idea driver's license had such an insane impact on people's lives. And that being said, can we get the weight off the driver's license? That is very triggering to me. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to make myself better. I'm trying to, improve my life. And I am triggered every day that I have to pull my driver's license out when I get pulled over by the cops and they go, Derek, you are 275 pounds? Damn, where is that weight? I'm like, it's in the booty, dog. What? What is happening? You're not wanted. You're not welcome. These people are serious though. Okay, and this is very sad. And we need to have biological sex and also gender and also preferred pronouns and also your religious affiliation or the lack thereof. Also what your name is, but also what you want to be called as. We need to have a driver's license that looks like a 9x16 sheet of paper that you have to open up for the police officer so they can read everything about you before they address you. God. And they wonder why we have so much anxiety. God. Settle down, dude. Whatever, zebra. No, I want Trump to pick someone who would be a good replacement. Yeah, I would hope that he would do that too, but we'll see. Track record doesn't seem to imply that, but we'll see. I hope so. I hope he does. And I hope he doesn't allow his children anywhere near his office. I hate nepotism more than anything. Everyone is such a good actor these days. So much drama queens. Yeah. Everyone is. And who isn't these days? I love a good act. Instead of sex on the driver's license, they could put V-hole or P-dangle. What? What, queen? Instead of sex on the driver's license, they could put P-hole or V-dangle. Oh. God. That's triggering for me because I don't know what kind of hole I have and I want to know. Everyone is trying to go viral because it can give you attention in an instant. Yeah, that's true. That being said, I will be saying the N-word in 5, 4. I'm just kidding. Yeah, this idea of viral, of desiring to go viral. Like I don't think many people want that heat in their life. Like, I like doing this job, but this is not a job. This is me doing for fun. And if that's sad to you, you deal with that. But going viral is not, I don't think it would be great. I think it would be the worst. Because, it's not that you are trying to build a career off of going viral. You're just, trying to go viral so that people know you and that you're finally known and seen because we have this deep desire to be known and seen more than our own dignity. And usually when you go viral, it's not for a good reason. It's like that guy that crashed that was in the swimming pool or whatever. No, the fish tank in Alabama at the Bass Pro Shop. That guy didn't go viral because he was swimming in the Bass Pro Shop. He went viral because his wiener was tiny. You don't go viral for the reasons you want to go viral. It never happens that way. You go viral because people are like, look how stupid this is. Or look how insane this is. It's like Drake right now. Is that even real? Don't look up the Drake video if you have a desire to do so. Please don't. All right. Shout out to Rumble Chat. You guys are freaking blowing it up. Here we go. I can't tell if this video is fake or not. Please let me know in the chat if you think this video is fake. This video has to be fake, right? Okay. This is a very viral video right now. Well, everyone's making fun of this woman because it sounds so stupid, but this has to be fake. Please let me know.
You know that you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too.
Yeah, how dare you?
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said.
No,
I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby. I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think.
Amen.
I know.
So you
think.
I didn't say magician.
What an idiot.
I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby. I do music.
So you just really quick. For the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said, I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So, in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Come on, this isn't real. No way that's real. No way that's real. It's so stupid, it can't be real. I don't think that's my favorite part.
I make music.
Like, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you
too. A young mogul.
I don't think I know. That's man. The arrogance that you can say stuff like that is just incredible. Do you think this is real? She doesn't think. Like, it's a black thing. I just like, what? This can't be real. I know, because all her interviews are always so awkward, and I think they're fabricated. I don't think they're real. I think they go into it intentionally trying to make it like a viral. See, this is a viral thing. It's viral because it's stupid. Another perfect example why you don't want to go viral, because it makes her look like an idiot. But no way this is real. I am not falling for this. I am not going to be one of those people that make fun of this or break this down or be like, this woman confused. This shows how dumb this generation is or something. This generation's jokes on TikTok are to purposely be wrong so that it creates buzz. It's so easy, but so simple and so beautiful that you just say dumb things in order for people to go, wow, look at this idiot, and then boom, traction. It's just, you don't want to go viral, because I feel like you go viral in this climate, it's because you did something stupid or you said something dumb. But also take note, don't think anymore, okay? Thinking is for children. Just do. Just be yourself. Sadly, this could be real. I don't believe it. No way, dude. Joshua, what's up? Yes, I finally made it to the live stream. I promised that the algorithms of your videos would show it today. I appreciate you, dude. If I were interviewing, I too would fabricate the entertainment factor. I would too, man. I would too. I'm not falling for that crap. I guarantee you there's going to be people breaking that video down though. And they're going to come out and be like, you thought it was real. I am falling for that. 75% chance it's real. Yeah. Like between the two ferns type interview. Yeah, exactly. God, I love those. Dude, Zach Galifianakis needs to make some more of those videos. I love those. I love Zach Galifianakis so much. Those between the two ferns, when he did that one with Hillary Clinton. I mean, he kind of didn't go in that hard on her, but he did it a little bit, and that was enough for me. Check out those pounds of fake hair. How dare you? That's not fake. That's horsehair. Let's check on Tucker Carlson. Apparently, he doesn't even know who Putin is. What an idiot.
Can I ask you about your interview with Putin?
With who?
With Putin.
Who is it? I've heard the name, but I...
With our president Putin.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, but I don't. I can't say it.
See, left-wingers, he doesn't even know who Putin is. So, he's just in Russia having a good time with his family at the ballet, popping zines like nobody's business. Y'all over here thinking he's going to, like, interview Putin.
Can I ask you about your interview with Putin?
With who?
With Putin.
Who is it? I've heard the name, but I...
With our president Putin.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, but I don't.
He is so silly. I love this Tucker. Bring out this Tucker out everywhere. He is just the big silly Billy. I love how mad people are the fact that he's interviewing Putin, and they're like all these leftist streamers and news organizations are like, we've been trying to interview Putin for years, and he won't answer us. Like, yeah, because everyone knows you now. Everyone knows what game you're playing now. And now people trust, we're now in the age where people trust podcasters more than the corporate media. It's just, sorry, your time is done. I genuinely believe that if the corporate media came out and said, we apologize, we have made it all to be very TMZ style like news, and we hate that. We hate what we've become. We've become something you hate and don't trust, and we hate that about ourselves. We are now going to dedicate all our money and resources to investigative journalism. If they did that, everything would change overnight. I would still struggle to trust them for sure, but I would actually pay attention to them like I wanted to glean information from them, as opposed to mocking them and thinking they're all full of crap. Because when I turn on the news, and particularly sometimes it is Fox, admittedly, honestly, that's when I'm trying to, and I have the TV on, it's like, here's this video, let's react to this video. And then they just react to a video, and then they don't actually like give you any new insight. It's just like very common sense talking points. It's literally what I do, and I work a full-time job. These people are checking it in. They don't care. They don't care to give you news and facts. They don't want to get to the bottom of it. And you have this guy that's like, I'm going to interview Putin. You would think every investigative journalism would, or journalist would go, this is awesome. Fine, we're going to have some new information regarding this issue, and we'll probably get a different side of it, because he'll probably not go so hard in on Putin compared to, CNN and stuff like that. That's whatever. I don't care. But like, and he might go hard. I have no idea. We don't know yet. But it's important to find information out. You would think that would be a very exciting thing. But they're so mad because they hate investigative journalism. Because investigative journalism shows how much of how poor they are as human beings, and how they don't care to actually give you information. They just want to spur you along, kick you down the field. It's like this new border bill that just came out. I didn't see any news source outside of podcasters breaking down this bill, because it requires actual reading. They're like, can't be bothered, not gonna go into it. I'll just push stuff that I'm told by other politicians I'm supposed to push. Please, just become investigative journalists once more. Do real work. God. Poop. Putin. They're shameless for attention. No diggity. No doubt. 75%. Okay, sorry. Like a boss. Hey, stay bossy. Stay bossy, my friends. I just love Tucker Carlson is there, and everyone is so freaking triggered by that. Just the idea. How dare you? Okay, let's get a little palate cleanser. The thumbnail to my video was this woman. What this video is an entire series dedicated to primarily middle school students on sexuality. Now, there is even a worse video that I'm not going to play, which talks about lubing. It's disgusting. I would get taken down if I played it, but she won't. Let's watch a little clips from this video. Learn about virginity and its social constructs.
What is it? And what's the big deal about losing it? Let me cut to the chase. Virginity is a completely made-up concept. It's a term that was created simply to control and shame people, mainly women. A virgin is someone who's never had sex, but it's not as simple as it seems. For one thing, medically, virginity isn't a real thing. In some cultures, people place a lot of importance on the hymen.
Yeah, what are words? What are words for? What are words' meanings? Everything is meaningless. Nothing is real. It is what it is. It's all just a bunch of white supremacists pushing down their ideology onto you.
And a thin.
Also, how high are these jeans? Are we talking like 1.5 feet right now? What is the circumference from this to this?
Fleshy tissue located at the opening of your vagina as a marker of virginity. But the status of your hymen doesn't actually mean anything. That's because having penis and vagina sex is not the only way a hymen can stretch open. It can happen by putting something in your vagina like a tampon or a finger, riding a bike, or doing sports. Riding a bike or doing sports. So you can't tell if someone's had sex by the way their hymen looks or feels. Another reason the idea
fupa, that's how I over the fupa. Okay, this is for kids, okay?
Another reason the idea of virginity is complete nonsense is that sex means different things to different people.
Exactly. And you shouldn't worry about your virginity and have sex as soon as possible. Keep continue. We're not grooming. That's a right-wing conspiracy. Continue. You go, girl. Yes, queen.
Generally speaking, society tends to define sex in a very narrow way. Penetration, penis into vagina. But where does that definition leave queer people? Or folks who can't or don't?
Left out. Left out. Oh, my God. Can you imagine being a middle school student and seeing this video? I'd be dying if I was a kid. You know, middle school boys are having a field day with this amount of work.
But where does that definition leave queer people? Or folks who can't or don't have penis and vagina sex and choose to have oral, anal, or another type of sex instead? And not everyone's first sexual experience is consensual, meaning that they were forced or pressured into having sex.
I feel like I'm forced or pressured into watching this video. God. And it's past my consent.
There is also a double standard on who carries the burden of virginity. Society puts pressure on men for not having sex at the exact same time they shame women for having it. Make it make sense.
Society? God. Not everywhere. It's like, I love blanket statements like that. Every dude everywhere is like, bro, you haven't had sex yet? What a freaking queer, bro. Bro, why aren't you? Not every place is like that. Some people are like, you know what? I'm saving myself for marriage. And then people are like, people like her would be like, why? Why? Virginity is not even a real thing. It's a social construct.
Either way, shame has no place in someone's personal decisions about sex.
Virginity is real, but just because other cultures see it differently doesn't make the whole concept. Yes. Well, of course. This, again, the whole thing of the left is like take down these social constructs, these especially Christian values. It's important to take down Christian values or Muslim values as well. Because they're constricting children from actually doing what they should be doing, which is sleeping with their teachers.
It's time to throw away the notion of losing your virginity. What if instead of losing something, we reframe it as gaining?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Make having sex as soon as possible a good thing. This is who I want teaching my child. I trust her.
Truth is, when we make our own decision to become sexually active, we aren't setting ourselves up to lose anything at all. We hope we are gaining things.
We are losing our dignity and childlike look on life. Our childhood. I don't know if you have ever met like a child that has had sex early on in their life. They are different from a child who hasn't had sex. There is something mentally that happens that it makes them adult way too quick. And it's very sad. And it's usually traumatized because most kids, even if they're consenting kids, don't want to have sex because they can't understand the concept of it. This kind of video flips me the out in my head because we shouldn't be teaching children that we should be having sex as soon as possible. They're already having sex. I mean, who cares? We need to give them education. No, we should be saying you should be waiting. You should be hanging like looking on the sidelines. You should be doing research. You should not like get into it. Or maybe you shouldn't even be thinking about this because you're in effing 6th grade. You should be focused on making friends, how to be a good human being, how to do math, what's science, what's reading. What do you want to do when you grow up? Now, this is all they care about. It's like, let's talk about something controversial. Let's talk about sex with these 12-year-olds. Who doesn't love making 12-year-olds uncomfortable these days? This woman does. It's not something to be worried about. You're not losing your virginity. You're not losing your dignity. You're gaining strength. You're empowered to have sex as a 12-year-old. This is a good thing. Yes. Yes. God. These poor students have a captive audience. Wouldn't this be considered assault? Yes. Yes. Don't worry. Their parents signed a consent form they didn't even read. Okay? So this is a okay thing. Okay? How dare you bring this up? This Kool-Aid looking addict needs to get some more food. How dare you? She's a food addict. Okay, where does her? Oh my God. Okay, you guys in the junior, you're killing me, dude. Okay.
Things like intimacy, self-insight,
You're gaining
pleasure,
intimacy?
and empowerment.
Oh, there's that fucking word, empowerment. What's empowering about this? Please tell me. I just, like, so many of these people that are self-proclaimed psychologists are clearly not, that don't understand things that you're dealing with at certain ages or brain development as a whole. And those of us that actually have studied this know that these concepts are too big for children to understand. So pushing this on a child, acting like, you know, this is a good thing. This is empowering. This is intimate. This is bringing pleasure. And life is about seeking pleasure in life. Life isn't about, you know, having a moral code or being a good human being. These people are the evil scum of the earth. I hate them. I hate them because they are creating more people that are going to have more trauma and more things they're going to have to deal with as adults growing up. And they're going to be pissed off at people like her and adults that encourage her to live a lifestyle like this. Hey, your gender is not even a real thing. Be whatever gender you want. Be whatever sexuality you want. Have sex as soon as possible. We need to like push this down. Like these are the type of people that's like, let's have this in 5th grade. Put this in a 5th grade setting. The kids are ready for it. Why stop at 5th? Let's do 3rd grade. Let's do 2nd grade. Let's do kindergarten. After all, these kids are exploring their bodies anyways. It's unreal. And if you call this the G word, the grooming word, that's when people lose their mind. This isn't grooming. Okay, this is education. Okay. Empowerment is the word groomers use to get people into porn. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh, no, they sell porn the same way. They sell porn exactly the same way. It's empowering. Why not self-pleasure yourself? I'll tell you. Because I work with lots of dudes who struggle with porn daily. They struggle to meet other people of the opposite sex. They struggle going outside. They struggle having a conversation. Most men that are addicted to porn use porn because they're isolated and lonely and hate their environment, and hate themselves, and feel bored and tired of life, and that's their only coping mechanism. And then it leaves them feeling more dead inside. But continue. This woman is a educated human being.
All of these myths around sex and virginity can be so hurtful and overwhelming. But here's the one truth you should remember.
Okay, please.
Sex is defined by one thing and one thing only.
Which is?
You. Maybe that's being fingered for the first time. Maybe it's having anal sex. Maybe it's having your first orgasm. Maybe it's masturbating for the first time, or when you enthusiastically consent to sex. That's the beauty of your sexual journey. You're in charge, and you can figure it out on your own terms. Choosing to have sex, when, what kind, where, who with, is something that only you get to define.
What? What? Ew. Just another reminder. If you are a freaking parent and you send your kids to school, you're sending your kids to school to learn, and you don't know anything that's happening in the classroom. And then when you come home from work exhausted and tired and ask your kids, how were their day at school? They'll say, it was okay. And then you go, okay, some days are just not that bad. But I'm imploring you, press into your child's life. Ask them about their school. What did they learn? What did they talk about? Because this is what happens. I used to work in a school. And I would see crap, and I would tell parents, and they go, that's what we're learning? And I would say, yes, pay attention. No, I can't be asked to pay attention. I'm too busy on my career. I'm too busy trying to make it by in this world. And I get that. I totally get that. Life is exhausting. I have a job myself. I have a small business. I work for myself. I'm exhausted. When I come home, I just like, I don't even want to talk to anyone. I just want to stare at the wall. I just want to go to the gym, get my crap out, my anxiety out for the day, and I'm going to come home, eat, and just veg out on TV and watch Tin Pool and his sexy beanie. But this is what the conversation you should be having. And if you are able to have that homestead life, or have the pod system in schools, or do homeschooling, for the love of God, do it. Because if you send your kid to public school, or even, different schools, the likelihood, even Christian schools, the likelihood this stuff will be pushed down is very high. It just is. And you are pushing this kind of ideology on your kids without even knowing it. You are part of the problem because you want a career. It's crazy. Be the change in your life. Change something. Yes, you might get this person fired. You might get like people that push this video on classrooms fired, but there'll be another teacher rearing up and ready to go. When I worked in this education system, I felt more alone than ever. I was like the only one that had right thinking. On the center to the right thinking. I was known as the conservative teacher, even though I have some libertarian ideology as well. But and I was seen as like the bad guy, the guy that was like, why are we learning this? That is the kids' education these days. They're all activists. School is their church. It is their way, their Sunday school, in order to indoctrinate your child. Yes, they'll also talk about history a little bit. They'll talk about math and stuff, but it's the stuff with the 10 minutes left in the classroom. We have 10 minutes. Let's talk about stuff you guys want to talk about. And then some kid will raise their hand like, what about sex? And then boom. Oh, funny. Or what about gender? I have a friend that's coming out as non-binary. What's that, teacher? That's when the grooming takes place. Because why not? This is their religion. This is what they believe. They believe this to be higher education, worth learning. And that's the problem. Because they see it as their opportunity, because your kids are their kids, not your kids. And they believe that. Teachers also believe that you don't actually care about your children as much as they do. And so therefore, your kids are theirs. They do believe that. And to some degree, it is true. Because I would watch parents just not pay attention. Not care. Even good Christian parents, not care. And I'm not saying this like to freak everyone out, but I'm saying it to freak everyone out. Because if I am so sick and tired of parents going like, well, what do you mean they're teaching my child this? What? They've always taught your child this. It just took COVID for parents to wake up, and I hope people stay awake, because dear God. Imagine this is where your tax money goes to. just think of that too as well. Oh, this woman's amazing. God, it's just disgusting. I'm going to tell my kids to challenge everyone about everything and never believe. No, that's a fantastic way to view the life. Always be curious. Always ask yourself why. Always lean into truth. Make them figure out what is true, what's not true. Notice how she never talks about pair bonding and the hormone changes. People, not hormone changes, pair bonding, brain development. What are we, the brain concepts that the brain can only comprehend at certain ages and stages in life. She's not going to talk about that, because if she was actually knowing that information, she would change everything that she's saying today. Because anybody that has any kind of formal education on real brain development and psychology knows this is not healthy for a child to comprehend. Period. Yes, they're going to probably get into masturbation. Yes, they might stumble upon porn, but that is going to happen. These people say, oh, because that's a possibility, therefore we need to teach them, educate them, and encouragement, and push them and show them it is empowerment. That's nuts. That is nuts. Yes, kids can stumble on fentanyl at home. Sure. Doesn't mean we need to push fentanyl down every child's throat. Studies show that women assimilate the DNA from sperm they allow. 10 lovers, 10 men DNA are in her forever. Ugh. My sister hated working around teachers, just horrible people, she said. Very cliquish. Oh, dude. Yeah, I was invited to be part of the clique group, and then I immediately said no, and then they ostracized me. They hated me. Get these people out of there. Like, please look up this video. Scarlett Johansson, lube is essential for anal. Keep going. In the classroom. Scarlett Johansson, look at this clip. It's too porn for me to show on here. It's too much. It was just too much. But look her up. Scarlett Johansson on Twitter. Watch this video. Please watch this video. Of course, it's Planned Parenthood, though. You know, Planned Parenthood wants you having sex. They don't want you producing child, because the idea of virginity coincides with like family, having kids, and stuff like that. And of course, virginity goes into that as well. Our grandfather had to use sticky magazines. Yes, yeah, true. Yeah. I stumbled upon porn when I was in 5th grade. But that doesn't mean that I should have been learning to be encouraged to have anal sex, because like kids are naturally curious. So they're going to try this stuff because they learn about this stuff. Hey, my teacher says this is a good thing. This is empowering. This should make me feel good. So why not try it? Because you're in the mental stage of do whatever feels good, you know, especially when you're like a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old. You don't, I used to work in a middle school. Those kids are dumb, and easily formidable. And you could easily mold them to do things, because like they just would do. You would ask a 13-year-old kid, like, why did you do that thing? And they would say, I don't know. I would hear that all the time. I don't know. And I believe you have to believe them, because they don't know. They can't think back in context, or like have this like reverse like think of like, why was I doing that? They can't comprehend these concepts. And you want to push orgasm and anal sex on these kids? You're nuts. You're nuts. Gotta get off my high horse. Cheers. All right, guys. I've had so much fun today. I appreciate you guys joining me for the live stream. I will also go live around the same time tomorrow. Feels good to be live with you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure to drop a like if you're watching on Rumble, Umbu, or YouTube. Make sure to follow me there as well. And share this. And if you don't mind leaving a comment, I realize that giving super chats is hard during financial hard times to support content creators. So by supporting me, leaving a comment at the bottom of this video helps push the algorithm as a good video. I would greatly appreciate it. And if I get taken down on YouTube due to the last video, also just be forewarned by that as well. So make sure you follow me on other platforms, Rumble, because I'm live there as well. Great show, bro. Hey, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. It genuinely does. Have a wonderful day. Remember that these people are not your friends, and I am.